Hi friend, it's Amy with Renewing Stitches. It is, yeah, I know Ginger. It is cold outside. Let's start again. It is good to see you first. Welcome to new friends. Hi, glad you're here. Thank you for subscribing and watching. If you haven't subscribed, if you are so inclined, please do so. But if not, that's a-okay too. Friends, returning friends, thank you. I enjoy getting to share my cross stitch with you and hearing about your cross stitch most of all. So let's go. I was going to spiel on about the weather, but I will not. I will just say that because weather interests me. It is cold. I am in Northeast Texas, northeast of Dallas, and it's a clear sky, no precipitation, but we have a breeze. It is 27. And it feels like 23, I believe is what it said. And I don't believe we're getting above freezing today. But we'll be back in the 50s this weekend. So, but it's nothing like south of me is getting Waco and down to Houston and east, like Louisiana, north of New Orleans, probably New Orleans too, Alabama, Mississippi. They're all getting snow. And we are not used to it. I was watching Ryan Hall earlier, and he's on live right now, telling about the blizzard conditions in places that it shouldn't be blizzarding. So very interesting. I enjoy the weather. If you don't watch Ryan Hall, his channel is Ryan Hall Y'all, and he does the weather for the United States. When nothing's going on, it's usually just a forecast for the week, what's coming up, maybe week to 10 days. But when things are going on, he goes live. So right now he's live. He's live during tornado outbreaks. He's live during hurricane situations. So he's live right now. Anyway, I am thankful for him and his crew. So we'll get going. Today, I have 2 finishes, 1, 2, 3 starts, and 1, 2, 3 WIPs. So pretty good. Anything else I wanted to say? Oh, new stitchers. So I wanted to start this one. I don't know. Let me look. I don't know if I had people I was watching last week. I did. Okay, good. I try to keep that on there. I try to remember to write who I've been watching. I have my regulars, but then YouTube shows me some, and then also I get shouted out by new ones, and or new ones comment, and they have begun a Flosstube, and so I'm going to share who I've been watching that are new to me this past 7 days. No particular order, just the order that I have them written down. Emily, Shady Grove Stitcher. She is a Texan, a fellow Texas Flosstuber. She has 1 Flosstube out, and I love her take. I'll let you go listen to her. Go listen to her. Her videos are on the shorter end, but she'll tell you why, and it's nice. She's right. I haven't seen anybody talk about their project like that. I mean, I'll just go watch. Sweet lady, enjoyed your videos. Thank you, Emily. Hi, friend. Robin, thriftyArtiststitching. Robin, and I will link all these Flosstubers below. I will also link the ones that I mentioned later on. That as I get to them, I will mention them down below in the drop down. Robin, Thrifty Artist Stitcher. She is new also, but she came over because Karen, my friend Karen Stitching Owl, shouted me out and sent her my way. So if you are new and you came over from another Flosstuber, please let me know. I'd love to thank them. Thank you, Karen. Anyway, Robin had her WIP Parade video. And who doesn't love a good WIP Parade? It is WIP Parade season. It's good. everything's lovely. Jen's Fiber Web. Now, she's new to me. I haven't seen her before, but she popped up. YouTube popped her up. So that was lovely. Thank you, Jen, for sharing your stitching. Katrina, Crafty Cataloger, another one that I have not seen before and was recommended by the YouTubes. She has the last video, I believe it's been a while. I believe that's right. She said it was a while, but her video this time she does a flip through of the gift for her mom. And you Lighthouse people, you need to go watch that. It is beautiful. Thank you for sharing, Katrina. Hi. And hi, Jen. I think I said that, but just in case. Hi, Jen. And Robin. Also, Catharine Stitches. Oh, the full coverage. Go watch her. She's got some lovely full coverage. And just new to me. All these are new to me and or new to Flosstube. So please go share, share your love with them. Share your interest with them. So thank y'all. And I'm glad y'all are on Flosstube. And I'm glad the YouTubes recommended me. I mean, hey, it's not a technical issue, so I'm thankful, right? YouTube. Okay, so that's who I'm watching. Finishes. All right, and one more thing. As I go through today, it is week 3. Yes, of January, and I have not been sharing my I Spy Challenge prompts. Shame on me. I Spy is from Laura Stitching by the Shore, and I have had my list. So she has a Facebook page, if you're new and don't know, has a Facebook page where she puts all the I Spy prompts. But if you're not on Facebook, like I am not, she puts them sweetly, kindly, thank you, in her comment section on her Flosstube. And so I go out and write them down. Well, I have been keeping track, but I have not shared. So I challenged myself to get as many ones fit in. I mean, there are some that were fit in from previous weeks, but I tried to fit them in this week, and I have missed 1, 2. So I'll work on those next week. So I will share with you those as I go, the prompts that are fulfilled. So finishes, here we go. I have been working on, sorry, it's lunchtime. I don't know if you just heard my stomach. I have been working on, where's my board? WIPGO. WIPGO is Jessie Marie, does stuff, and she's about to pull this week. I'm trying to get things done before she pulls again so I can kind of be on time. So I have got one WIPGO board, but 2 sets of ornaments to go in. I'm doing Christmas ornaments this year. And the first set I was planning on, it is Pinker and Pumpkin Blogspot, Pinker and Pumpkin Quilting Blogspot. And I have her linked below as well. I picked 25 of her freebies. She has gobs and gobs of freebies. 25 of her Christmas small freebies that weren't houses and or maybe one sampler. I have one sampler maybe. Anyway, if that tells you the amount of freebies on her blog, it is a blessing. It's a blessing. Thank you, Melissa. I don't know if you probably won't ever watch, but I'm going to thank you on Instagram as well. And I'm trying to do better. I'll talk about Instagram later, but so I have 25 of Melissa's freebies on my WIPGO. I also have the Crocette Gogo 2020 Advent Calendar that I'm stitching with Amy of Amy M Makes. Hi, friend. And I'm doing the ornaments with Karen, Stitching Out, hi, which I've mentioned earlier, stitching. So we're stitching together. You are welcome to join. I didn't do a hashtag. It's just hashtags aren't working like they were. Sadly, I am disappointed, but I'm still stitching. So stitch ornaments or stitch the Crocette Go. Just stitch with us if you want to. That'd be lovely. Anyway, all that to say, I was working last week on the snowman, the number 20 snowman from Pinker and Pumpkin. And so I finished him. He is on 14 count vintage taupe from Hobby Lobby. And just in case, this is my finish. It's called, this pattern is called Prim Winter Piece, and she has a Prim Winter series. I did print off several, and it should have the word piece under here, but I decided to leave that off and just stitch the snowman. So that's what I did. There are single stitches that I'll be putting in later with beads, and with this one too. This is the other one. This was number 11. This is number 20. So check, check. 11 was done last time or 2 times before, but 20 is done. I think I got everything. Got his nose, arms. I almost had it marked done, and then I came back and looked. I didn't put the arms in, so I put the arms in. Yep. So that's that one. Yay. So this one is waiting for the next calls. I also finished, this is the Crocette Go-Go pattern that I'm working on, 1 to 25. This bottom large one is 25. I hope that's not called anytime soon. But I have finished the tree. This was number 11. Also on vintage taupe from Hobby Lobby. Okay, and I think last time I had, I didn't have the white stitched or the tree, the needle sticking out here. And I probably didn't have something else stitched. Maybe the bottom, I'm not sure. It was my screen grab from last week, so you'll be able to see. Anyway, this is the completed project. Since this is 14 count, I changed the needles here. They are, the pattern shows to do it in like a 1/1 situation, but I just moved them out a little bit. The bigger stitches, the full crosses are in the rightful place, but the back stitching, I just moved that out a little bit to accommodate for Ada. So that's that. There are a lot of these throughout, so I will be doing that throughout. Anyway, that was fun. And that goes into the new start of the snow globe. This is number 20. So these are really small. Let's see, snow globe right here, right there. And this has multiple color changes, which is not terrible, but more than, well, about the same as this one. There are several on here that don't have but about a few colors, but this one has several, so that's fine. Got a good start on the snow globe. My husband loves snow globes, so that's fine. If I give this away, then I'll stitch another one for us. If not, then we'll keep it, obviously, and that'll be fun, but that's to be determined. I haven't decided what to do yet. But I don't know if you noticed, I did stitch the number in, so this will be a set, either to gift or to keep. So that's that. I Spy. Let me go back. Okay. Prim Winter Piece did not have an I Spy with it. No. Okay, good. This one does. I Spy something, the prompt was something regal, and I put it in there because I think the trees are regal, the Christmas trees in general, specifically the one in Times Square and at the White House and at the courthouse in our neighboring town. The bigger and brighter, because they've got a lot of lights, they're regal to me. So, and even trees in general. I mean, you get a big oak tree or a big pine tree, big magnolia. They're regal. They're beautiful. Anyway, regal. Something regal. I Spy prompt. So this finish, hopefully I'll get this finished this week. And then I'll be ready to get the next. I was looking at my calendar. Get ready to get the next numbers rolling. 14 count vintage taupe. Check and check. Okay, so the next new start, so that was finishes and now we're into new starts. The next new start was it was in my pile. They're not in any order other than finishes, starts, and WIPs. Unless it's top heavy, and then I'll have to change it, but that's the usual method. Excuse me. This one I got off Instagram yesterday, and this is from Sweetwing Studio. I will flash it up real quickly, but go to her Instagram post, and this is called Land That I Love, and I started stitching this while watching the inauguration. We're not going to talk politics. This is a crafty channel, and it's a hobby channel, so no contentiousness around. But I do love my country, and so real quick, it's called There Ain't No Doubt I Love This Land, and so I started it. This is also on vintage taupe. And let me back up. When I say I love my country, it doesn't matter. It does matter who's in the White House, obviously, but whoever is in the White House has my prayers and my support. So I love my country. I'm proud to be American, which is this song. It's a Lee Greenwood song. There Ain't No Doubt I Love This Land is in that song, and I try not to tear up every time I hear it, and I don't hear it very much, so it's inevitable. But anyway, I do love my country. This is my start, and it fell over. I changed this was supposed to be in a tan color, which kind of blended in, so I moved it to 352 because the red that I'm using is 350. Up against this fabric, the 351 that was called for was a little orangey, and the love is red and the flag stripes are red. So I'm going to use this. It is 350, and then 352 for the writing, and then the blue is 932, which I don't use a lot of. It's a pretty blue, but it goes in the it's kind of a lighter prim, I guess is the word for me. Blue. I like 930, 931. Those are good saturated blues, but the blue that goes here is more of a prim, and I'm going to use it just because I don't use it very much. Anyway, I love this land is where I am. So I will probably pillow it, or yeah, I'll probably pillow it. And I put this on the prompt, a new to me designer. I have not stitched from Sweetwing Studio. I do have some patterns of hers. Several of the verses and hymns I have from her, but I have not stitched any of them. So this is new to me, and it fulfills that prompt. And did I have another one? No, that's the one. So I don't know if I'll work on this again. I may, because it's quick stitching for like a Zoom or something. But I need to work on Heritage. That is my need. Need to work on Heritage Sampler. That's the Plum Street. So that will be my patriotic piece for a while. So this may or may not come back out until July, and I'll finish it before then, June or July. Let's see. What else? Oh, the next new one. The last new start I have does it have a story? No, but it has show and tell. I started a temperature piece. This is Stitchin' Mommy's temperature stitches. So excited. These are specialty stitches. Karen is stitching this also. Specialty stitches. So each month is a stitch, and you get good practice on it. Obviously, 28 to 31 times. And so I started this, and I'm excited. First, no, I'll go ahead and show you, and then I'll show you my previous ones. So I pulled down my previous temperature stitches. One is a hoop that goes right there in that silver thing. I'll show you that in a minute. This is, did I write it down? 28 count white even weave. Get on my hangy downs. And the specialty stitch this month, is the queen stitch, which is fun. I enjoy it. Here's my start. This is the herringbone stitch. It goes around, and these are my queen stitches. Sarah called for using one thread on most of the specialty stitches except for two, but I started this one with two, and I like it floofy, so we're gonna keep it that way. It is kind of more round than that sharp on the diagonal, but I like it. It looks like a mini kite, which would be fun for an ATC. Maybe a spring or summer one. Anyway, what else about it? 2/2 on this particular portion on 28 count even weave. The first 3 are imperfect, as are all of them, but they get better as I'm going. And Karen and I talked. She's doing the same thing. We're leaving them in because we're growing. We are WIPs. We are works in progress, and so is our stitching. So in the herringbone, I've done before, but I really enjoyed it. It's been quite a while, but that's it. Herringbone stitch and then the queen stitch. And these are my colors for, I think it's through the, how far did I go? Through the 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, to the 15th. So I will catch up usually on a weekly basis. That's what I did in previous years. My temperature range is from, let's see, I wrote it down, the varied temp. So I have a varied high and low, and I did add a color to the lowest low, and then I have, is it sitting out? Maybe I can just tell you real quick. I added 2 to the high. So the varied range is from temp, Stitch and Mommy's temp typography chart, and I just kept it for the following years, and I'm using that. So no, I did not add one for below. So it goes to, the lowest is 27 degrees, and anything below that. So that number is 554, which is on the blue purpley end. And then for the high, the highest was 321 for anything over 100 degrees. Well, here we get over 100 degrees frequently, and we often get over 104. So I split that up. It was 321, but I changed it to 304 for 100 degrees to 103. And then from 104 to 107, it's 221, which are reds. And then when we get over 108, which is about as often as it snows, but it's not irregular. It is not as often, but it happens. It's not unusual. It's 814. So that's the dark red. And so temp typo is what I call it. It's what was it? Colette calls it temp typo when she was stitching it, but the temperature typography that's the one that I use. And so this is our progress. It was, let's see, and I keep a list as it goes. The highest was 68, and that was at the beginning. That was on the 5th. And then the coldest so far was 30? Was it 30? It was somewhere in here. 30, 32, somewhere right there in the purples. So I get my temperatures from AccuWeather, and I stitch the highs from previous. So today I won't record it until it's confirmed. So anyway, the highs for the day. And AccuWeather has previous years, just I think 2 previous years. And then there is a site that I don't know, but I can put in the links, not in the links, in the description below. There is a site that will share previous, like back years. Let me make a note of that. Website for previous year's weather. Okay, so now I'm going to show you my previous year's weather. Let's see. I first started doing it in 2019. I don't know where I got this pattern. It may very well be Stitch 'n Mommy or not. I don't remember. And then in 2020, I did my own thing, but then I went back to a pattern. So this one was easy enough. And it's 2019. That's what the weather was there. I do have a book with some things that are in sleeves, just because I have it. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it, if anything. On the back side is a butterfly from 19. This was an old, I think it's from 81 or 82, leaflet from Leisure Arts. And I wanted to do the butterfly. I changed it to a purple. Anyway, that has nothing to do with temperatures. But this was 2019. And we're warm. Coldest was in March. We had a lot of greens that year. And only one blue. I don't know what chart I used for that either. Or what temperature range I used for that. But it was probably something similar. Because I didn't have the temperature typography at that time. Okay, and then I did this one. Yes, that's the right way. 2020. Maybe the Snowmageddon was in 21. It was. Okay, so the Snowmageddon here was in 21. Because it's still just one blue and lots of red. And that was pretty dark. That's pretty dark. But I just did, these are rows of 2 stitches. And then I charted the letters from the top from a book, on the top from a book, and the numbers. And on the back side of this one is the where you have a book and you stitch from a book the pattern. Oh, she has several. Anyway, we read Frankenstein, and this was the chart. So I did that one. I changed the colors. And the border wasn't as, I didn't keep as much of the interior portion of the border. I kind of liked it plain. Blue Mountain. No. Something Mountain Studios. You're probably selling me. Anyway, lots. She's still on Etsy. She has her website. Yes. Then in 21, let's see here. In 21, let me get something to cover up. Here we go. In 21, I did Stitch 'n Mommy's tree. And I hooped it, and it lives there. I hooped it. There's Snowmageddon right there. The trick was, each one is a branch, each branch is a month. The trick was to do a little bit on the trunk and the branch and try to stay ahead of the leaves. That was for, and this was on a Bestitch Me 28 count fabric or whatever. I don't remember was it Winter Blues? I don't remember, but it's Bestitch Me. And that's the tree, Snowmageddon, and it's just hot. You know, that's, you've seen in the past a couple of them that it's just warm. Okay. And then that was 21, and in 22, yep, I did Stitch 'n Mommy's butterflies. let's see. And get it all the way across. Cover up my locale. That is the butterflies. She charts it in 3 rows of 4, I believe. And I just did 2 rows of 6. Oh, the summer months. But this was fun. It got cold in December. Also in February. But it's neat to see. I mean, let's see here. April, May, June, July, August, September, October. We're in the orange from April to October. Is that true for the rest of them? Let's see. January, February, March. End of March, April, May, June, July, August. Well, I mean, I guess it's 4 months, but this one was quite warm. Okay, and then I have the temperature typography. This was a green that I dyed. I believe it was a 28 count. Green. This one is a I think I tea dyed it, and I believe it's a 14 or 16 count. But this was 2023. I wrote it on the selvage. Selvage? Yes. Typography. And see, not long. June, July, August, September. That wasn't too bad. I mean, we're at orange in May, but February had a cold day. December had a couple of cold ones. So that's 2023. I don't have the year or the place yet. This just went into my box, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. And so those are all my temperature pieces. Last year I did not do one. She had the turtles, which I have, but I did not start them. I may go back. But I also have the flowers, and I also have the one, she didn't do it, but somebody did it with the books. Like the bookshelf. So I might do that one, or I might just leave it and not go back and redo it. But I enjoy it. I enjoy it. This is going to be fun. The stitches, the specialty stitches is going to be real fun. So that concludes the sidetrack of the temperature pieces. And what was the prompt on that one? Temperature piece, newest or new start. So that was a new start and one of my newest ones this week. So, all right. So that is all the new starts. I love this land, advent calendar, and temperature piece. So we'll go into WIPs at 33 minutes. My goodness. And I still haven't told you about my long dog. Okay. Well, so I posted on Instagram. I am on Instagram at as Renewing Stitches. And my goal this year is to post regularly, like once a week. So the post that I put this week was after a bit of frustration, because I can't count. So I have been working on fish and chips from Long Dog Sampler. And I was, let's see, I had that lighthouse and this urn and all this done over here, except for the little boat there. But I had all of this done. And I was stitching along, working on, I picked it up this week, working on this triangle piece here. And I thought, well, let me just go over and make sure this all fits, because this dog comes in a little bit. There are several places that I have fudged along the way, and I thought I could do it. The lighthouse is a little shorter because of this right here, this piece. It was over too far, and I had gone down and did this part of the boat and put the dog in, and the dog, because I already had this row of bubbles from the fish, I had that stitched in right here. The dog on the bow of the boat was too close. His nose was touching, so I scooted him over, which means I left the flagpole started. I just scooted him one stitch closer. I had this part here, and I just scooted him over a little bit. Okay, I can do that. Well, I started here. I had a little bit of this underneath this triangle, and I started counting, and I thought, wait a second, this needs to work because I need to get down here and all this needs to work. I could probably take out a fish. And I started counting. This was not going to work. The part here at the bottom was not going to work. This would have been fine because it's within the triangle, but it's too far over here. I had this fish done, and it was just frustrating. So, I told you before, I am a work in progress. I will be using a copy to mark on. I don't have Pattern Keeper. I don't, and usually I for pieces that I get off Etsy, I can, you can make copies because they're electronic. For other charts that are big like this, I will be using a working copy. I don't have a working copy on several of them, and they seem to be okay. I thought I could do it with this one. It's not going to work. So I got frustrated. I didn't want to restitch the whole thing. I love this pattern. So I cut it up. It had to go. It had to be cut. And I cut it up. I put hoops on it and took pictures, and then I cut it. And this is the thought that's behind it. So we are going to be moving in March or April. We are building a house close to my mom and dad on family land, and it's been going. They started in September, October of last year. It's all dried in. They painted, so you'll see. I'll start updating you, but I haven't mentioned it yet because there wasn't anything to tie in. Well, and it really is. It's okay. It's just extra. I mean, it's going on. So we'll be moving. We'll be putting this one on the market, and we'll be moving closer to my parents. So this, I was thinking, and I was talking to my husband, this will be in the house on the hall wall right outside of the bathroom. I wanted to put it in the bathroom because I have in the spare bathroom, in the boys' bathroom right now, I have lighthouses and anchors and such, and in the spare bath here there's lighthouse cross stitch, but they're all behind glass. Now on a hoop, that's not going to work with the humidity, so this will be outside of the bathroom in the hall, and this is what it's going to look like. Kind of. So here's one. I've still got it cut. I have not finished it. This is the prompt that says, this fulfills the prompt that is, it would be, what was it? It would be something to finish. It would be a dream. That's it. It would be a dream to finish. This is it. But I'm going to say it would be a dream to fully finish and have it hanging up before the end of the year. So that's the goal. So I don't know if you remember me talking about the eyeball. It's a French knot. But I love this piece. I love all the little things around it. I love this whole piece. Will I stitch the whole thing? No. Again, no. I kept the parts that I wanted to keep. And then I'm going to stitch another smaller hoop with the boat and whatever can fit in it. So this is the big hoop that will be fully finished as soon as I get the other one stitched. This is the smaller hoop. So when on the Instagram post, I have an empty spot here because I hadn't decided at the time if I was going to keep the birds blue as the rest of the pattern or do it green, like some things are green that are the small things. So I did make them green. I added in, it had an empty spot here for the flagpole because I just had the bottom of the flagpole started. So that's part of the flag. And you can see this is shorter. That's part of my counting errors because this was scooted over too far. And I thought, well, I could take this out easily and take this out and scoot it over. But I just am going to go this way. So I got a sailboat. We used to have it. I think I told y'all back earlier videos. We used to have a sailboat, my husband and I, and would sell it not really regularly. So we didn't keep it, but I wanted to keep that. And we love the coast. We love the lighthouses and the birds. How many seagull pictures do I have? Pelican pictures do I have? Way too many. And so I kept this one because of the huge, beautiful whale and the crab with the hot air balloon, I think, and the spout of leaves and the pelican and the anchor. I just wanted to keep the seahorses. I wanted to keep this side. I'm sad to see the windmill go, but that's okay. I am going to keep this pattern and just pull things out for trading cards or gifts because there's a lot of fun things. I really wanted to stitch this guy. I was telling my husband, I want to do the boat, but I want to do the fish and the crab and the thing eating the man. I want to do that, but I'm not sure how to fit it in over here. So my WIP part is the boat. This is a continuation of the regular 18 count white Aida using the blend of 3755 and 825. The green here is 164 and yeah, the smaller things, if there's a smaller thing floating around, I'll probably use that too. But the WIP portion is this right here. I got to start on the boat and I got the waves done. And so that's the boat. It's the ship. There's a difference. It's the ship. So here I am. I may do the green star. Who knows? Or, I don't know. I'll keep the bird that way. But anyway, so this is the portion I'm going to stitch to go in this hoop. That's not to size. But this will be, it will be a, on the wall as 3. So this one, and then this one kind of evenly right there where the lines line up. And then the third one will be underneath, like right in this little area here. So that's the plan. The frustration, but I think I'm happy with it, how it's going. I think it'll be okay, and it'll go well in there. Okay, next one was books of the Bible. This is, do I have another thing? No, that was the, starts with J. It was another prompt. Starts with J. So, where is it? Here we are, the whale. And any of the fish. Did you know fish have jowls? And jowl starts with a J. That part right there. Right there. Right there. And then birds, I guess, have jowls. Fish have jowls. So I'm going to use that for the prompt. Starts with J. All right. Books of the Bible. That's next. This is from my Big Toe Designs, and this is the picture. I am reading through the Bible chronologically, and when I get through with the book, I'm stitching the word of the book and some of the extra stuff too. So I finished Leviticus, and I was going through it slow, and it was really slow because Leviticus is hard. It's not hard, it's just all the laws, and going slow through them, it was kind of, I didn't want it to be a slog, and it was becoming one. So I want to enjoy reading the Bible, and now I am. I found it on I found Leviticus on a podcast where they just read through it, and I listened to it several times, and then I would read several chapters, and I would listen some more and then read some more, and I got through it, and I came away with lots of good things. Specifically, the Lord's plan. He's got a plan, and He is holy, and that was a big part of Leviticus. He's holy, and we are not. And the things that we would need to do to be holy, like continually sacrificing for our sins, it's just amazing, and it shows our need for a Savior, and for that I'm thankful. So I like Leviticus. It wasn't a slog. Neither was the stitching. So here we are. I have this is, what color am I using? 517. So I put in Leviticus. Chronologically, Job falls in Genesis, so I had counted down and done Job. So I got back to Exodus, finished Exodus last time, which was a couple months ago, and then I finished Leviticus. I put this in and started there and brought this over. And so that's what I have. Next will be Numbers, which is counting of the people, counting of the folks. And Talking Donkey is in there, and a bunch of other good stuff. So I'm in Numbers now, and when I get through, I will do Numbers and maybe come up and go around and have that border over here so I can count too. Because later on it'll get out of order again. So the counting on the side will help me be able to plug in books where I need to. So that is that. This is I've dyed this. It's a 28 count even weave I dyed with Rit dye, I believe, but it's long and it's splotchy, and that's fine. It'll be lovely. I will frame it. It will be long. So it's essentially a 14 count. So I am reading and stitching this with Tara, Mud Creek Stitcher. We just finished John. We are going to be starting Proverbs 31. And I have I haven't started it yet, but the Proverbs 31 from Plum Street. I have that pattern ready to go when we start Proverbs 31. And then that will be separate from this. This is in my daily chronologically. So that is that. That does not have a prompt, but this one, does this one? Yes, this one does. This is my last WIP. How is it 47 minutes? I don't usually make them this long. So we got to go to piano lessons last week. And since my helmets are finished, I put in 2 other WIPs for my lessons and doctor appointments bag. This is the other one. This is Elizabeth Bennett. I did not stitch on that this time. This is chunky and the other one is not. So the one I worked on was Botanical Rebel. This is from KristinXStitch, and I looked yesterday. She's taken a break on her Etsy. But this is Botanical Rebel. This is a Star Wars reference. And these are in, I don't remember what she charted them in. Oh, pinks. That's right. So I'm doing pinks. And it's going to be lovely. And I don't know where I'm going to hang it, but it does not matter. Okay. I don't know what I dyed to get this beautiful color. I wish I could remember. Because it's pretty. It's kind of a blue-green. That's a little more blue on camera. But it's more green. But that's it. So this was done. I finished this guy and started on that guy and start on here. So that was loud. Right here. And I finished that guy right there. So I'll go up and go around and go down and then we're done. This one is the prompt. Where's the prompt? Oh, the intention of finishing it this year. Yes. My intention is to finish this year. And you really can't see the pinks here. Can you see the pinks? Yeah. Okay. That's a little more pinky. But I mean, it's a burgundy mauve light pink situation. So it'll be pretty. And I'm probably going to hoop it. I'm so excited. And she has the other one. So this is the Rebels, and she has the bad guys. I can't remember. It's not the Sith. That one. And I'm a Star Wars fan. It's just not coming to me. Oh well. You know what, you know, if you know. So those are all of my WIPs and starts and finishes and stitchy talk. Well, not all the stitchy talk. I have plans for this week. We're going to do a flip through this weekend of For the Love of Cross Stitch in '96, March of 1996. If you're new, I have, or if you just don't know, I have a series of Flosstube extras where I do flip throughs of my vintage cross stitch magazines, and I stitch from them. I have one here that I have not picked up in quite a while, but I just finished. No, I was working on, last week I worked on the Angels of Peace and Joy from a For the Love of Cross Stitch. No, that was Cross Stitching Country Crafts. But I have one or two going all the time from these old magazines. I love them. I love them. I love them. I love flipping through them, thinking about them, stitching from them, changing things from them, sharing them. And so I just hope your love of the old ones are renewed too. So anyway, we'll be flipping through this weekend. I've got one, maybe another one that I want to stitch from here. Yeah, love flipping, so we'll do that. I want to finish the snow globe from Crocette Go and full coverage. I'm getting my book out. Hold me accountable. I'm getting my book, my stitching shelf. I'm getting it out. I enjoy full coverage. I just haven't stitched on it, and when I do, I love it. So why am I not working on it? So full coverage stitching shelf. I have the, I don't have the entire shelf. I have the winter one. The scene where she's standing and there's a window, a circular window, and it's cold and there's blues, and I'm in the top left, which has black and green ivy. It has black, but then also green ivy is where I'm starting. So I need to get that out and work on that and remember how much I love the full coverage. What else? Work on Hannah Green. Working on Hannah Green with my friend Emily Williams, and Let Freedom Ring. Working on with my in-person friends. Hi friends. I need to get that out. And Heritage. My in-person friends have finished that. I think. I know one did for sure. So, that is my plan. And I don't have anything that I have not talked about. So yay. If I do remember something that I need to tell you, I will put it in the What I Forgot section next week. If you have any questions, please let me know below. If you just want to say hi and tell me what you're stitching on, please do. I enjoy getting to interact with you. And I wish you were sitting across from me having your cup of coffee and stitching with me. So I look forward to seeing you in the comments. I will see you next week, Lord willing, and I will post this weekend. We will flip through and post it sometime this weekend. The pansies. My sister had pansies at her wedding. I need to write that down. I'm going to do that for her at one point. Does your list grow as you see things? Okay. Thank you, fellow stitchers and friends. I will see you soon, and I just enjoy you. Thank you.